Well, this week is going to be slightly different, and you're probably going to listen in and think, oh my God, I've been seen. But guess what? You need to hear it because actually, we are here to end the diet cycle. And the only way you're going to do that is by cutting your bullshit. So, welcome to December, everybody. Merry Christmas. Abby, how are we going to kick this off? Welcome to our podcast, Fuck the Diet Cycle, with myself, Lauren Knight, and Abby Lodge. This is for you if you want to cut through the diet industry bullshit and finally end that cycle. Grab yourself a cuppa, get comfy, and let's dive straight in, shall we?
Okay, so obviously, as you've said, the easiest way for people to get through this is to cut their own shit. And with us being less than 3 weeks out from Christmas now, the excuses are rolling in from clients and they're kind of saying, "Oh, it's not an excuse, but and actually, these are excuses. And some of the most common things I have heard in the past week are, I'm too busy. I've got too much going on to think about myself. But it's not an excuse. That is the biggest excuse ever because if you follow our plan or you know anything about our plan, it is the most easy, convenient plan there is. Regardless of what step you are on, the meals take less than 2 minutes to make. And if you're on a higher step where you are having that conventional food, we have meal plans and recipes. And for a lot of my clients, because they're like me, don't really like cooking, there's easier options that you can buy from the supermarket and then just throw in the air fryer or whatever it is. So saying that there is too much going on around you is the poorest excuse. And actually, you need to pull your head out your bum, basically, because yes, okay, I get it. I get it. I do get it. I've been there. And I very much nearly said that myself back in 2021, got to December, too much going on, too much noise around me. We're surrounded by things going on. But if you break it down and you break it down day by day, we don't need to be planning like 3 weeks like Christmas dinner right this second. We break it down. It actually is really, really achievable, really doable, and it doesn't actually matter what is going on around you if you've got a plan in place.
And that's the key right there. It's putting that plan in place. So, right now, with our slimmers that are still on board and still smashing it, we are going through their events that they've got on throughout December, their days and like work days. When are they breaking up? What are the kids doing? Like, we're going in deep and making sure that that overwhelm and that noise surrounding everything that goes on in December is actually quietened. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people, whether you're listening and you can admit this to yourself or not, don't want to do the work. They don't want
No.
to put in that effort and think about the things that are going on. They don't want to think about having to meal prep ahead of time. They don't want to think about laying their products out and knowing what's going on. So actually, it's a lot easier for them to go, actually, I'm going to walk away from this because that's going to be easier. It's going to make you feel worse. You're going to feel out of control. And then come January, you're going to kick yourself and go, I need to get back on the wagon. We're telling you, you don't need to do that. You're not on a diet. You're on a weight loss journey. So you're not too busy because actually, when you're looked after, everybody else is looked after and everything else is done so much more efficiently. So we don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it no more. It's gone, banished. That's the end of that one. Next. What's the next
So that
excuse?
is gone. It's gone.
It's gone. I don't want to hear it.
But it's true. If you look after yourself, and especially a lot of our listeners are like us, they're busy mums, if you let yourself fall to the bottom of the pile, everything else goes to shit. Absolutely goes to shit. So it's absolutely correct. And also another one that I have heard, and to a degree, I understand unless you start to break it down. But everything that we see in the media is all about money and cost of living and, heating your homes, are you gonna eat this month or are you gonna heat your homes, that kind of stuff. I'm not just disputing the fact that there is a cost of living crisis going on, but a lot of people are saying, I've got too much to buy for Christmas, Christmas, money, whatever. I can't afford it. When in actual fact, if you break down the price of our products, two of them together cost less than a Costa coffee. But these people are more than happy to stroll into Costa and order whatever singing, dancing, festive drink there is, and not even quibble it, not even kind of, oh, can I really afford that? No, you have to have a Costa because their festive menu's out and that's just what you do.
Yeah, it's not Christmas until you've had a Costa or Starbucks, right? Well, it depends what your priorities are like. And it goes back to priorities. Now, again, we don't want to say that everybody can afford it. We understand that some people really are in a cost of living crisis, and this really isn't aimed at those. But on the most part, I've seen busy shops. I've seen heaving supermarkets. I've seen Costa Coffee with the line outside the door. I have seen takeaways all over the place. Uber Eats have just got into Tiptree. Why? Because obviously there's a cry out for it. They wouldn't come if people weren't ordering takeaway. Like, I know that this week alone, on Wednesday, it was James's birthday. We spent £70 on the four of us for an Indian takeaway. Now, we didn't go overboard. You know that I don't.
£70.
£70. And that wasn't all singing and dancing. I share my curry with two children. So between three of us, we had one curry. So it was an absolute joke, but we paid it. It was James's birthday, right? That £70 would have got me a week and more on plan. So we go back to priorities. Do you really want to end the diet cycle, or do you want to go and have that takeaway for one meal? Because that's where we're at right now. Yes, December is a expensive month. Most people save up throughout the year to get to this point. Yes, December has a lot more events than normal. 9 times out of 10, you've had to pay that up front as well. Like, I know that I had to pay the Christmas party, for example, up front. I'd already saved or James had saved for the kids' birthday presents. I'd saved for his birthday, whatever. Most people save throughout the year. So again, are you putting that excuse in front of you because your why isn't big enough? You have to put the why, like the reason for you to do it needs to be bigger than your excuses. And right now, it's so easy to hide behind, oh, December's so expensive, I can't afford it. Really? Can you really not afford it? Because actually, I would much rather invest in my health than going to get free Costa coffees a week, because we know that that's what's happening. So think about your spending habits. Can you cut back? Is there ways that you can cut back? And let's not forget that whilst you are thinking about what you're eating and you're getting your head around your mindset relationship towards food, the stuff that you would put in your Christmas trolley, and if you haven't seen our Instagram, go and have a look because it's real. You spend a lot less because you're not just chucking everything in your trolley just because it's Christmas. And that £300 Christmas shop, which is for what, 3 days, actually could be 100. All of a sudden, you've got a whole month's worth of money there ready for you to carry on with your weight loss journey. So all we're saying is have a look at your spending habits. Are you genuinely in a position where you can't invest in yourself and your health? Or do you think that maybe you might be using it as an excuse because your priorities aren't necessarily lined up correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. And when I think back to when I started the plan, yeah, initially I thought, oh my God, I can't afford that. Actually, I was having 4 takeaways per week. 4 takeaways for 4 of us. Well, Olivia was only tiny, wasn't she? I saved money. And it's not until you actually look at these habits that you realize where your priorities are lying. Clearly, at that time, my priorities were lying in the takeaways. But also thinking about forward planning, January, people also say they've got no money either because they've had an expensive Christmas. So it's like this kind of cost thing doesn't go away. You have to work out where your priorities lie. If you are constantly saying week after week, I need to lose weight, I hate how I look, all this kind of stuff, I'm gaining weight, whatever, my health, all these things, then it's time to do something about it now. Don't wait. Do not wait. The longer you wait, the more you push it back, and the more that you are going to actually say, I'm not doing I'm not doing it. I won't do it. You have to do it when you know, right, I really need to lose weight now. And I'm going to start now, regardless of what month it is, what year it is, whatever it is, because the way that we work is you're not going to miss out. Our clients are not missing out on events. They're going to the bloody events. Go to the events, enjoy yourself, have a drink, go and have these things. We're teaching you how to change your mindset and your relationship towards food so you can live a much healthier, happier lifestyle.
And we wouldn't have over 100 people with us right now, between the two of us, if they were feeling restricted in December, because that wouldn't be sustainable. They would have walked. They're not walking. Why are they not walking? Because we are unlocking in them that mindset and relationship towards food that they can put into everyday life, where actually that food noise is silenced, that overwhelm is gone, that feeling of confidence and self-esteem is rising at a time where usually they feel so lost and lonely and embarrassed that actually we've taken that away. So this is all about thinking how ending that diet cycle is actually going to impact your life in a positive way. So that kind of moves me on to natural motivation. There's no such thing. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to burst your bubble. If you are waiting for that natural motivation to come and get you, it's like standing in front of the mirror and waiting for your reflection to move first. It ain't going to fucking happen. You do not have natural. Fairy. It just doesn't. There isn't a motivation fairy. There's no motivation elf on our elf on the shelf days, is there?
Elf on the shelf.
Not coming. Natural motivation on a weight loss journey for somebody that is trying to take back control of being a food addict doesn't exist. It needs to come from relying on support, which is where me and Abby come in, working through the tasks. Funny that. It's where me and Abby come in. Listening to these podcasts. Oh, again. Oh, look, can you see the theme here? Me and Abby come in because if we try to do our weight loss journey, which we tried to do plenty of times before, which is why it always failed, on our own, it doesn't happen. But when you are feeling on your lowest day where you don't think you could get through it, we're here. We're here to go, actually, do you know what? Remember how you felt when you reached out to us? Or look at this goal that you set yourself. Or have you tried this tool? Let's put that in place. And that is where the magic. Thank you for listening. If you loved it, don't forget to press that subscribe button and the little bell so that you never miss a future episode. We will be back here with a new one on Sunday at 7 a.m. We'll see you there.